So today is Saturday, February 8th, and we're going to go over our weekly meeting, which is our guide to 0-point foods. Got to sneak in there. So, start off with the good news. I did have a loss this week. My goal for February is to lose 8 pounds. It's a lofty goal, I know, but last month I lost 7, so I lost 6. My goal last month was to lose 7 pounds, and I lost 6 pounds. I lost 7 pounds for the entire year of 2019, so I'm way ahead of the game right at this point because I lost 1.4 pounds. I weigh 225, and I've had a total loss of 79.2. So now I have surpassed my 2019 loss for last year with a total loss of 7.4, so I'm 0.4 ahead of where I was last year. And my goal for this year, my first goal is to hit a 100-pound loss by Easter, which is April 12th, which I have to lose 20.8 pounds in a little over 2 months. It's a lofty goal. I'll admit it's a lofty goal, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try the hardest that I can do to get there, and I'm going to come really close. My ultimate goal is to reach my weight. My goal, my personal goal is 175. I'd like to reach that, which is another 50 pounds by September 7th, which is my birthday. Weight Watcher says I'm supposed to weigh 160. We'll see. We'll see. I think that's a little too light for me. Of course, yeah, I'm 5'8", so that's right around where I should weigh, but I'll be 70. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the time gets closer. But let's talk about the. Well, we'll start off with the quote. I like quotes. When you know better, you do better. But more importantly, it's what you do with what you know that leads you to success. We got to remember that. You know what Oprah always says, when you know better, you do better. But I like that added part of it, like it's more important that you know what you're going to do with it. And that's going to help you to stay onto your successful way of losing weight and living and staying healthy. That's all that really matters. Maybe you don't need to lose weight, you just want to be healthy. It only stands to reason if you eat whole foods, you're going to be healthier than you eat a lot of processed foods. Processed foods are not good for your body. We have to have them in some regard at some point during the day. But if you can base most of your meals around healthy food choices, whole foods, you're going to feel so much better and your body's going to thank you. So we're going to go over our weekly guide to 0-point foods. 0-point foods are healthy, easy to have on hand, and they're all 0 points. That means you can enjoy them without weighing, measuring, or tracking. I know they say that, but you really have to stay within the boundaries of it. Sure, eggs are 0 points, but do you really want to eat a dozen eggs just because they're 0 points? Chicken's 0 points, but do you want to eat a pound of chicken? I mean, you know, you got to do it within reason. Regardless, you can choose. They're all 0 points regardless of what color you choose. They add major flexibility to your Smart Points budgets, and they're pretty delicious. Our studies have found that members can incorporate 0-point foods into everyday living and eating and still lose weight. In fact, since introducing these foods, members have been more successful. I agree with that because I've been on Weight Watchers in the past. I was way back in the 70s when you had to eat the liver once a week, and you had to eat tuna or fish of some sort 5 days a week, and you had to have so much milk and all that. I might have lost the weight then, but I didn't keep it off because it wasn't a sustainable diet. It was not one I was going to follow for the rest of my life. Once I lost my weight, I gained it all back because I didn't learn how to adjust foods that I like. I like donuts, but I adjust donuts into my diet. Everybody likes a slice of cake on their birthday or an anniversary. You do like that occasional potato salad or chips and dip or something. You can have it. It's not a 0-point food, but you can base the rest of your other meals at 0 points, and so you can enjoy the foods that you really want. These are 6 tips that they give you, and they said to pick 2 of them. Pick 1 or 2 of these that are going to help you. The first one is start building your meal with a 0-point base. We love cauliflower rice, and top it with the protein, veggies, and a tasty sauce. I'm not a big fan of cauliflower rice. It's okay, but you know, to each your own. Everybody likes something different. But I do try to start my meal off with some 0 points and then build around it. Number 2 is choose right for you portion sizes based on what you normally eat. You can always have more if you're still hungry. I tend to have big meals. I am like the cone heads on Saturday Night Live. I can consume mass quantities of food, whether there's 0 points or not. So I really have to limit myself, and I have to really rein it in sometimes. But I could go a whole day just eating 0 point foods, but it would get kind of boring. And they don't want you to do that. They want you to have other foods too that are going to add some points. They're going to add some bases to your body to hit all the food groups. Number 3, going out to dinner on Saturday, lean on 0 point foods during the week so you'll have weeklies and rollovers to spend. I go out on one particular week of the month, I go out twice to eat. Once with my siblings, and then 2 days later I go out with our friends. And I have in the past overindulged and not really adjusted for it. Last month I made adjustments, and I did have a loss that week when I went to the scale. For 2019, I just thought, well, going out to eat, I'm not going to lose any weight this week. Why am I going to worry? I've changed that mentality. I try to eat 0 point foods earlier in the day so that I have all my 23 points left for my dinner. Because let's face it, when you go out to dinner, it's going to be 25 to 35, 45 points. So, you can eat healthy. You really can. I don't. And I'll be honest with you, I don't. I choose what I want to eat, and I'm living my life. I'm going to enjoy the foods that I want. If I do have a slight gain that week, I just chalk it up to I had a good time, but I'm right back on track on that Saturday or the day after I started, went out to eat. When I eat whatever I want on Tuesday, on Wednesday, I'm right back on track eating really healthy. Same thing when I go out on Thursday, because we go Tuesdays and Thursdays when I go out to eat. And then I'm right back on track, and that's what you need to do. Number 4 is reach for 0 point foods when you want to snack. I have vegetables all cleaned in the refrigerator that I can grab. I tend to put all my 0 point food snacks in the front so that if I want to get to the more point-based snacks, I have to move the 0 point foods out of the way. And that's the same with my pantry. I put the 0 point or the lower point foods. Now my new little snack item, like if you have a pretzel rod, that's only 1 point. But I have a new little snack that I snack on is a breadstick. A breadstick, depending on the breadstick, is 1 point. I did get some thicker breadsticks this last time, and they're 2 points, but they're so filling, and I have a breadstick and maybe a slice of some tomatoes or something like that, and it really helps me with the snacking. Number 5, don't eat only 0 point foods. Limit yourself to certain ones to a recipe is boredom. It's boredom. If you're going to always if your always go-to snack is a hard-boiled egg, after a while that hard-boiled egg is going to get boring. So try to switch it up, have some dips, make your own little dipping sauces and things. I found, what was it? At Kroger's, it's a spicy dip that I dip, and it's only 1 point for 2 tablespoons. So let me go looking for it. Okay, I was wrong. This is why it's good to put the points on the labels. It's 3 points for 2 tablespoons of this dip. But what I was thinking of for the 1 point was this Panera dressing. It's 1 point for up to 4 tablespoons. And so what I like to do is slice up some cucumbers and cut in half little grape tomatoes and put them in a bowl, and then put that over the top of them and snack on that for 1 point. And it kind of gives the vegetables a little bit of a pizzazz. It really makes a difference. Number 6 is discover new 0 point meal ideas in the WW app or connector on the back of the card. This is the recipe. I'll include it at the bottom, at the end of the video, if you want to try it. It actually looks pretty good. It's a vegetable soup with salsa verde. And it's 0 points on all 3 plans. So this looks pretty good. But anyway, we talked today about 0 point foods, obviously. They wanted to remind you that the FDA has said that if anything is 5 calories or less, they can list it on the labels as 0 points. So really be careful when you're checking. Always check your labels on things to see what the calories are. I know it's like we're not really counting calories, we're just counting points, but look at the ingredients sometimes. You might be eating some 0-point foods that you really like, and if you look at or low calorie foods, and they're loaded with sugars, and check like the sugars in their disguised name, like their aliases, because you'd be surprised how much, especially in lower fat foods, how much sugar they add to things. And also look at the sodium content, because if you're like me, I retain water, and a lot of the things do contain a lot of sodium, so you want to check on that too. Dressings and condiments, always try to opt for the lower version. That's why I really like this one. Now, I splurged the other day on a salad, and I had some Marzetti Thousand Island, which was 6 points for 2 tablespoons. But, I figured it into my day. I figured it into my plan. One of my subscribers asked me if it was worth it. Yes. Yes, it was. Because I don't care, at least for me, I don't care, any low-calorie dressing is not going to taste as good as the fattening rich dressing. And not that you want to eat it all the time, but like I said, I'm living my life, I'm enjoying my life, and I'm not going to deprive myself of foods that I really like. Now, can I have that Thousand Island dressing every day on a salad? No, I know I can't. But occasionally, I can do that as long as I figure my points in. And I really enjoyed that salad. I really did. And I didn't regret it, not one bit. So, but if you want to make your own, just use a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, and then add whatever kind of vinegar you like, to add some zip to it, some flavor. Always remember that the 0-point foods always give you flexibility, and they give you freedom. You can really put a lot on your plate of 0-point foods. If it's a heavier vegetable, like a broccoli or a cauliflower, depending on what plan you're on, I think I'm on the blue plan, and I know that all vegetables are 0. So I don't want to speak to the other plans because I really haven't researched them that much. But as far as I know, vegetables on all plans are 0 points. I know potatoes are 0 on purple, but then they count on blue and green. But always try to start with the 0-based foods on your plate, and then add your protein, and then add your starches and things. You have to have starches, and you have to have fats in your diet. No one likes to know that you have to put a fat in your diet, but you definitely have to have fats in your diet because you need to keep your system moving, and fats are needed. Also, 0-point foods always form the foundation of a healthy eating pattern. If you look at the 0-point foods, you're not going to find a donut. You're not going to find cookies or cake or anything like that. You're going to find healthy foods, and they're foods that you probably like. There are so many different fruits and vegetables in the world that I'm sure that you can come across one that you really like. And 0-point foods enable you to form healthy habits that last a lifetime. This is the way I'm going to eat the rest of my life. I am still going to have my snacks. I'm still going to go out to eat and enjoy a greasy burger once in a while. I just know that I can't do it every time I eat out, and I just know that I can't have one every day, and I can live with that. I really can. Load up with the 0-point foods as many times as you can, because really they're less likely to be overeaten. Like I said earlier, eggs are 0 points, but are you going to really eat a dozen eggs? It's just not going to happen. But you can really eat a lot of 0-point foods, and they fill you up. And be aware of your 0-point foods. You can find it in your book that you got when you first started WW, or you can go on your app. It'll tell you on your plan. If you scroll to the bottom, it'll list 0-point foods. Also on your app, I don't know if you're aware that there's a restaurant thing that you type in the restaurant that you want to go to, and then you type in what you want to eat, and it'll come up on there too. Use the 0-point foods as your base all the time. Start off with like, this is what I'm going to have, and then add your proteins. Now, chicken is 0 points on the blue plan, but like ground beef, I have to add points for that. But you know what? You can start with like, well, I'm going to have some ground beef, but what am I going to have? I'm going to have some vegetables with it. I'm going to have some black beans or some refried beans or something, and then work it from there. Use them as a cushion sometimes. Sometimes if you're just really hungry and you ran out of points, eat some 0-point foods. It'll keep you going. It saves you from using too many of your smart points too. And pre-track your dinner. For me, my biggest point meal is my dinner. So I try to know what I'm going to have for dinner so I can adjust it for my breakfast and lunch. My dinners usually run between 10 and 15 points. And so I know I've only got 8 points to work with for breakfast and lunch, and so I pretty much base my breakfast and lunch around that. I'm just of the nature that I'm used to having a big meal at dinner, like at night. I wish I could figure out, and Jim works afternoons, so we really could eat a big meal like at lunchtime, but it just never works out that way. And remind yourself, no matter what you're eating, you should eat only when you're hungry. I have tried different plans. I've tried intermittent fasting, which I think works for me. I have tried for the month of January. I ate 3 meals a day, which was hard. And I have to admit, it helped me to lose weight, but I always was eating, and I didn't feel like I was hungry, and I was eating just because it was breakfast, just because it was lunch, just because it was dinner. For February, I do track a menu for the week, and I do plan breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I don't always eat my lunch because I'm going with the theory that I'm only going to eat when I'm hungry, and hopefully that'll help me out. Always, 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 always remember that 0-point foods don't mean there's 0 calories. All foods have calories in them. Even a piece of celery has calories in them. So you just have to remember that. And be mindful of your portion sizes, because a lot of times the portion sizes are going to be what does you in. Like I said, eggs are like, I think, 90 calories. They're 0 points, but they're 90 calories. So if you ate 6 eggs, that's 540 calories just in eggs, even though it's 0 points. Always remember that. So this is what our guide to 0-point foods was about this week. I noticed that at the beginning of the year, they always tend to gear it towards the newer members, which is really good because, like me, I consider myself a new member this year because I'm really back on track. I've just started all over again. And so it's a good reminder. It's always a good reminder. And then I'll give you the recipe. So remember, always believe in yourself. Know you can do it. Don't ever give up. And just stick with it, because you will do it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I have a lot of people watch my channel and they're not subscribed. I post every day, and I try to get my daily vlog up before 9 p.m. Eastern time every night, and I do try to get this meeting highlight in every Saturday before noon. And then on Sundays, I just do a quick little video on my way to church, so that's usually posted by 1 o'clock. But if you have any questions about me or any questions about the plan, anything you want me to ask the guide, I think what they're called, let me know. I'll ask it at my meetings. If I don't know the answer, I'll make sure I give you the right one, because I don't want to steer anybody wrong. So if you're new, please subscribe, give this video a like, and leave a comment. So I will see you guys either on my daily vlog, or I'll see you again next week at the same time.